Hello everybody and welcome to Pinball Help. Here I am with the backglass from our Earthshaker machine that we have salvaged. And I want to take a look at it and do a few things, show you a few tricks to kind of restore and maintain these things. As you can see, it's not in too bad a shape. I have not cleaned it yet. I want to secure it first before I wipe it down or anything. So it's still a little bit dusty. It's got some stickers and weird things, pieces of tape here and there. But as you can see, this is an original backglass. It's got the mirror on it, the mirrored part, which is pretty cool. And it looks pretty darn good from this side. Now let's flip it around, take a look at the other side. Being very, very careful with these things. And we'll take a look at this, see what we've got here. I don't know if you can see right here. We've got a little piece missing right around here. A few tiny little chips where there's parts missing. But all in all, the backglass is in pretty good shape. If you look over here, we have some flaking. And you can see how it's starting to come off of the glass. We want to stabilize this is what we want to do. We've got a little bit of flaking down here on the lower ends of the glass. So our first objective is going to be to stabilize the destruction of this backglass. We want to make sure that we can stop the flaking. And one of the ways of doing it is with a spray called Krylon Triple Thick. This is pretty much what the pinball community has, not unanimously, because they don't seem to really agree on anything unanimously. Generally speaking, this is what a lot of people like. This is what I like. I've been using it for a couple of years now, and I've had great results with it. And this is a clear coat that's kind of thick, and it works really well. And you do multiple coats over it. Now, before you do that, you want to never wipe this thing down with water. I've seen backglasses just completely disintegrate as soon as moisture gets on them. So you don't want to do that. You also want to keep the temperature really nice and stable, not too cold, not too hot. And of course, when you use a triple thick, you really want to do it in a ventilated area. So once I start spraying this, that'll be a sign that the video is not going to be going on for very much longer, because I'm going to spray it and then get out of here. So what do we do? If for parts of the back glass where there's just things missing, there's not a whole lot you can do. You could try to paint in there and fix it, but first things we need to do is seal the glass. And we're going to do that with the triple thick. What I've already done is I've already put a few coats over it. And I tend to go, you know, multiple light coats, and then I like to go across one way and then across the other way, so that I get that, and then you know, just some slightly different patterns. And if you can see the reflection, you can get it's pretty even across. I've got about 4 or 5 coats on here. Now I'm ready to deal with this corner part here, where the backglass is starting to flake up. What we want to do is seal this down, and we're going to use another trick here with the clear coat. First thing I want to do is I want to remove this bottom channel, because this one is in pretty bad shape. I'm going to keep the side channels on because they're okay, but I'm going to remove this bottom panel. There we go. And admittedly, it's a little dirty, but I don't want to, I'd rather seal the dirt in there than run the risk of trying to clean it with something and having that make more things flake off. So I'm going to kind of keep it the way it is. But what do you do about this stuff that's coming up? Well, what we're going to do here is we're going to get some Glad wrap, and we're going to take a little piece of it, and ideally it's going to kind of just be lay down right there. We're going to spray the triple thick, then we're going to lay this wrap down on top of it, and then we're going to place something on top of this, such as a phone book. And a New Orleans phone book works best, especially if it's pre-Katrina. The post-Katrina phone books are just much, much smaller, don't have the weight and heft to them. So that's our plan. So first thing we'll do is we're gonna lay down another thing of triple thick, then we're gonna put the wrap over it, then we're gonna lay the phone book down, let that dry. Now ideally when it dries we should be able to peel that cling wrap right off and it will have made this flaking glass flat. So that's our plan. Let's see how well it works. So the clock will start ticking once I start spraying, because I don't want to breathe this stuff in. And here we go. Okay, now let's take our wrap, place that right around here, press down, and it does definitely stick. Take our phone book, press that down, put a little bit of weight on there. Oops. Just want the book over the area where the thing is, or you can take off. Okay, so what I want to do is I should have either used a phone book the right size, because I don't want to put it over the wet area, or I should have used a bigger piece of cling wrap. So there we go. Let's just make sure it's not sticking to anything good. So we'll let that sit, and there's another little corner over here where we'll do the same thing. Take a piece of cling wrap and we'll kind of place it right over and just press down nicely and get that to kind of stay down like that. Find something nice and flat to put on it. And we will be good to go. So there we have it. I'm going to come back and check on this in a little bit, and we'll see how well it turned out. That's it.